Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Farming. Let's get this one started. Hi, guys. Welcome back to episode number 3 of Farming. To refresh our memories, episode 1 was kind of about using a cost-effective army, which means the army costs a lot less than what we're trying to steal, conquer, as it were. And the other, episode 2, was pretty much about don't lose. And today we're going to talk about actually using a cost-effective army and ways that I make it work, and your army can look any way you want it to be. Really, main thing is buy low, sell high, as it were. So we'll get this one started here. My army consists of typically... always on a Town Hall 9 and less army is 15 barbs, 15 archers, 8 giants, 44 gobs, 3 wall breakers, 8 wizards, 4 healers, and 6 minions. And my heroes. And I typically will take, the queen will take one side, and I'll typically pick a side that's the easiest on the queen, that she's least likely to die. See Queen Walk 101 video for more info. Here, my queen was walking a little too far, and then the enemy's queen wouldn't get killed, so I ended up having to throw the giants into the middle and make sure she went down. I didn't want that queen shooting at my healers. And that, this army is quite versatile that way. So as a general rule, for any army, especially any cost-effective army, when you're using these kind of troops, is you need to find that fine balance of meat shields and backup army that keeps the meat shields moving. If the meat shields die, the raid's over. If the backup troops die, the meat shields will be dead. So there's kind of a fine balance. And so I'm using my heals and my rages primarily to try to keep the giants and the backup troops alive. And most part, you just need to get through the core, and then the queen can walk around into a 180-degree swing and clean up the rest. Here is what I like to have happen, is have the king and the queen at full health after the raid, and boom, I can immediately start another one. So I pick the side for the queen walk again, and I try to let one giant go to spring any traps, not like let all 8 of them go. And I'm just throwing in some backup troops. I typically don't like to throw as many as I did here and save a few more, but as you can see, I still have plenty of backups, and try to wait for the minions till you get towards a core of where the loot is and where walls need to be broken. Your best wall breakers are your goblins, for that matter. So and off to the races with this raid. And then use the minions for cleaning up trash on one side after towards the end of a raid, like I did here. And that was nice, 350, 311 with my 600, 500. That was a really nice combo raid there. The other key to making this army work is you'll struggle if you throw all your troops down at once. So I put my queen on one side and giants on the other side, and I released again a few too many troops. I like to save a few more, about half the troops to begin with, and then I'll put in like 25% and then the other 25%, because as an army starts walking, the backup troops get out of place and they get killed, and then you'll have a a real lack of troops to keep the meat shields moving. And like I said, if that happens, the raid's over. So that's why I kind of constantly trickle in troops till I'm out. And with a farming raid, it's not about stars. It's you can get 0 stars and be happy with a raid. It's all about loot versus loot it costs to go get it. And here I didn't get the whole thing, but I didn't care. I got all of it, but about 20,000 of each, and still ended up with 400, 168, and 1,300. And this is also the reason I bring this kind of army is the versatility to do a dead base scalp raid, for lack of a better word. I don't need to use the healers, and preferably not the wizards either. I can just use the barbs, archers, giants. But here I had to use the wizards to get all the dark elixir, and that's probably your most cost-effective raids. Here, dog from our clan here, just showing another type, which is a Barch army, which I know we all used, and as you can see, quite effective. He ended up making 300 and 415 off an army that really didn't cost a whole lot. I just prefer an army that can take out bigger type armies or bigger type bases. Here is a picture of saucy goblins. Wow, I'd really like to see this guy raid. The only thing he has maxed is goblins. And look at the stats this guy has. 577 war wins. Holy mackerel. 381 attacks won. And he's got a 25 king, 27 queen, and a warden with kind of max spells, but with no other troop besides goblins maxed. So you can see your farming army can look like a number of things, all the way down to something as cost effective as this man's doing. And Titan to boot. Wanted to show you this clip to show the versatility. I could just tell by looking at it, this man had something in his clan castle. And as soon as I saw that Tesla, I just knew he had something in there. And if I would have been patient, the barbs would have released him. But I ended up throwing another giant to be sure. And because, boy, a stack of loons will ruin this army in a heartbeat. It'll just kill every giant with just one shot. So now they're dead and off to the races. Same kind of story. Sometimes I bring a baby dragon, take that back to drop on a queen's head or try to direct cleaning up some trash to keep the queen going the right direction, kind of thing. Remember, kind of like golf, you drive for dough and putt for show, you war for show and you farm for dough, and you're farming a heck of a lot more. And again, it's not about winning or losing. Here I stopped short of, 6,000 and 3,000, but it kept my queen mostly alive so I could start the next raid with my second army that's sitting there ready most of the time. And I'm going to show you this clip here is it show you that the other reason I bring this army is you can take down some pretty tough bases with it. This is not an easy base for an army of this sort. You got to keep a real close eye on those giants. Let them stay in the heal till they're fully healed, and then rage. Don't rage them out of the heal. I've done that quite a few times as a mistake. So, and then, just roll with the flow. And you basically want to get this down to where it is just second nature and just smooth as silk. And once you do that, second nature, this becomes easy. I mean, I do this raid in my sleep for the most part anymore. And to Start us off, give you a preview sort of the next episode. We're going to start dealing with some Town Hall 10, 11 type farming. And this here is my favorite Dark Elixir army because it just uses only like 700 Dark Elixir for the haste spells. And basically I bring in the entry squad of the couple giants and the wizards and the barbs, not barbs, but bowlers. And trying to get the queen, the clan castle, and one air D is what I try to do, and then direct the loons to go where the bulk of them are going to go to the center, and boom, that was a hell of a raid. Got it all. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Mama said to me, don't go down by the wishing tree, oh, without thinking.